It's not often I get a chance to visit a national hunt track, but I'm delighted to say that I've made my first ever visit to Plumpton Racecourse. It's Ladies' Day today, it's the final fixture of the 2013-14 season, and I can't wait to go inside and find out what's in store for me. Plumpton Racecourse sits in the heart of the East Sussex countryside, on the edge of the South Downs National Park, just a few miles from the towns of Lewes and Brighton. There's a train station right next to the entrance, and it's easily accessible by car.
Since Peter Saville and I took over Plumpton in 1998, we have tried to take it up from right at the bottom of the level of small jumps tracks to where we are today, which is, I think, the top of the bottom division, and prize money is obviously incredibly important for all in the industry, filtering through not just to the owners but to the stable staff, trainers, jockeys, etc.
And better prize money inevitably means better horses, and you've certainly had some very nice horses here.
Yes, if you go back for the SIS bonus race series for novice chases, Volpostides went on and did the double, and then of course this year Uxiandra of JP McManus, and JP was here in November when Uxiandra won one of the SIS novice chase bonus races. Subsequently went on and won a Grade 1 at Liverpool, so it's obviously a very, very good horse, and we were obviously delighted to see him and his owner here last season.
Who's going to land at the races? Sussex National. It's well refreshed and Petit Four. These two have quickened on now. Here's the second last. Well refreshed, kicked into that. Is there going to be a big local winner here? It looks really likely as Well Refreshed comes clear from Petit Four and Double Dizzy. A fabulous local winner. Well Refreshed comes home a fresh horse to win the races. Sussex National.
The Sussex National is our long-standing race, and that takes place in early January, and inevitably it takes place on very soft ground. We've had some very, very competitive races, and obviously it's a feature of our winter.
Racing was first held at Plumpton in 1884. One of Britain's smaller national hunt courses, it's a hilly track with a tightish home turn and a testing uphill finish. It was, of course, the venue for Tony McCoy's 3,000th winner in 2009. Well, Mark, you're steeped in history as far as this racecourse is concerned. You actually literally grew up here at Plumpton Racecourse.
I did indeed, yes. My father, first of all, let me come onto the track to watch the horses jump in his fence. The fence we can see well behind me now on the hill by the stables, back in 1966. So I've been around the racecourse for some number of years, yes, and more latterly working here full time.
Now, when you were coming here as a small boy with your father who worked here, you probably would never have imagined that one day in the future you'd be clerk of the course here.
Not in a million years, not in a million years. I used to take days of my annual leave to work on race days here. So I used to work on a race day and still have that buzz of the race meetings, which you can always get at Plumpton. And it just led on, a job became available and I took it, and I've been here for very close to, well, it'll be 34 years. 34 years I've just clocked up, I think, yes.
Well, you've been a very big part of what has been a great success story here at Plumpton. We've seen this track improve and develop considerably in recent years.
Definitely so, definitely so. I mean, years ago racing on some pretty wet and deep ground, which people nowadays would be horrified, quite honestly, to run on. But we used to run on some quite deep and wet ground. But in my years here as a permanent staff member, we've done a dickens of amount of work on drainage. I can't even imagine the total expense so far, and the work is ongoing. I mean, where we're standing now, this whole straight has been drained since the mid-90s, and it's shown to be great effect, because the pinch point behind us, again in front of the grandstands, used to cost us meetings. Not now, touching wood, not now. Latterly, the problems have been around our bottom bend, and work is ongoing there. We've done the primary work of putting pipes under the ground, and this summer we're going to do a secondary project of some banding work on top of that to hopefully get the surface water to those pipes quicker.
16 fixtures you have during a season. Now they take place from September right through to May.
They're more or less fortnightly. We have the double header at Easter, of course, which is tradition at Plumpton, and 16, as you say, today is the culmination of our season. And I think the course is looking in real great nick for the season we've been through, and the ground today will ride on the easy side of good, which for me I'd like to say I think it's perfect for jumping.
The course has a variety of refreshment outlets to meet every taste and budget. And for those looking to make a day of it, the Hospitality Marquee offers that little bit extra for the discerning punter. Fine food, the best wines and live music to entertain you between races. Well, Michael, here we are in the Pavilion Marquee. It's packed, there's a lovely party atmosphere in here for Ladies' Day. It's a great facility.
Yeah, it's a great day. It's great to see the crowds coming in for Ladies' Day, just kicking off. This is our glitz and glamour marquee for the day. So you can come down here, you have your table for the day, and there's plenty of entertainments down here as well. We'll have a tipster beforehand, and there'll be music during the day as well. So it really is, it's the perfect way to come racing here for Ladies' Day. We have tote facilities here. We have obviously bookmakers just outside the door. They can go out onto the lawn and they can view the racing from out there. We do really well in this marquee. We've had a number of big events. We've just had a race and welfare charity race day down here, which raised 57,000, and we'll be just looking forward to our 15th annual Moorcroft racehorse welfare day, and they normally raise about 40 to 50,000 as well every year. So it's brilliant for us to have a facility like this that we can raise that amount of money for charity, and also use it on days like this, and also on our Sussex National Day and our big Easter festival as well.
Neil, you're a regular here at Plumpton. It's a great atmosphere.
It's fantastic, and I mean today, Ladies' Day, look how beautiful it is, and all the lovely girls dressed so wonderfully.
And the sun's shining just in time.
Yeah, it's a bit windy, but but the sun's shining. I thought it was going to be raining, so we brought all the wet weather gear, but it looks absolutely beautiful here today.
You mentioned Ladies' Day. Well, we've got Rachel looking absolutely resplendent here. Rachel, great to see you here racing today.
Hi there. I've just put my bet on, so I'm fingers crossed I'm going to get a winner. We shall see, shall we?
And tell us about the outfit.
Well, it's always a bit difficult, isn't it? You never know what to wear, but especially with a day like this, it's a bit windy, but with a fascinator, and a skirt that might have to hold down in the wind, hopefully it'll work out all fine.
What's so special about a day out at Plumpton?
Just to bring the family. It's fabulous. It's great. And I never win, so that's just a definite no for me. But my husband here wins every year.
We're hearing from everybody here today. Just what a lovely atmosphere it is here at Plumpton. I can see that for myself. It's my first visit here. It's a really nice atmosphere.
Yeah. I mean, I've been this about the third Ladies' Day we've been to this the past 3 years, and it's been a really good day out. They have a band and everything. And it's really good. I really enjoy it. And so I brought all my family this year, which is really nice for me.
And you're the man with the winners, I heard.
Hopefully, pay for it all.
If you prefer to take your leisure al fresco, there's always something going on outside.
We've been trying, to improve the facilities as we go every year. We try to add a bit to it. This year we've just revamped the whole parade ring area, winning connections, and built a new entrance building dedicated to owners. And there's a new presentation podium and also a new winning connections room. So, we're really trying to boost our facilities for owners.
Since 1998, we've spent a huge amount of money on the facilities. The most recent being last summer, the parade ring and the winners' enclosure behind me, together with the new entrance building, really coming from the Owners and Trainers Park through a turnstile at the side of the saddling boxes, wasn't very auspicious arrival at a racecourse. And it's been widely acclaimed and I think hugely successful.
Warren, what is it that you like so much about Plumpton?
Great atmosphere, ground. Since they've done the drainage, the ground is much better now, and especially today here, it's perfect ground. But a few years ago they would have had problems, and at this time of year you would have struggled a bit. But they're working tirelessly to get it right, and it's just a great track. And I've had a bit of success here, so I like coming back.
They put on a very good spread of novice chases for horses that might be going to Cheltenham. We've had the likes of White Paw Steadies down here, and Alan King sends a lot of decent novice chases down here. So it sets horses up for Cheltenham and the bigger tracks with the downhills and the sharp bends, which they have to encounter when they go to the bigger tracks. And it's a very friendly course, and always get a good turnout on a Monday down here.
There's lots of things to like about Plumpton. I've always been very, very lucky here. I have a lot of runners here. There's a great atmosphere here. You see a lot of old faces you've sort of kind of grown up with, and plus the fact, it's it's a little bit special because you're dealing with nice people here, you know.
Well, you're always made welcome here. They've made some nice alterations, and just the facilities are getting better all the time, and it's just a nice friendly track.
And it's really important, isn't it, that owners get looked after properly when they come racing?
It certainly is, yes. Yes, that's very important. You know, we're thankful for the sponsors who sponsor all these races, of course, but it's the racetracks who look after you at the end of the day, and it's most important that you are looked after well.
It's quite close to home for us, so we're only in Epsom, so it's close enough. We've struggled through the winter with the ground being as it has been with the weather. I mean, it always brings in a crowd, it always brings in a fair number of runners, and it's great for us, and I think a lot of people feel the same. It's a decent enough track for us. It's a fair track, and we're happy with that.
Lots been said about the ground here, the way it's improved, the way the facilities have improved. It's clearly from a jockey's viewpoint, a good place to come.
Yeah, it is. You know, they've done a lot of work with the drainage around here. You know, today the ground's lovely ground today, so you know, they do a good job.
What's it like to be on the leaders board for top jockeys around here?
It's nice. It's my local track. It's where everyone knows me around here, so yeah, it's nice to be riding winners here.
Approach the home turn. Money Talks from Civil War. These two going on. Civil War being shaken up here, and Money Talks has the advantage going to the second last. Money Talks from Civil War, then Songlight and Blue Bear. Money Talks leading the way, just edging slightly left-handed at the last, safely over. Civil War will have to find something on the run-in. Songlight behind these with Blue Bear as they race up towards the line, and it's Money Talks by a couple of lengths. Money Talks will grab the cash.
Now I've found Gary from Wigan, who's travelled further than I have to come to Plumpton for the very first time today. And Gary, it's a pretty special occasion for you, this.
Yes, it is, because it's my last trip for the races, my 60th course.
So you've completed the full set?
I've completed the full set, yes.
On evidence up to now, you'll come again, will you?
Yes, I will definitely come again, yes.
So many improvements, it seems, over recent years.
Yes, the course is always looking amazing, and the facilities are very good as well.
Friendly, easy to get to on the train.
It's more like a club in actual fact, because you get to know so many people here.
I've been doing it for the last 4 years, so yeah, been having a good time.
So Ladies' Day's a regular entry in your diary?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the best dressed ladies.
Yeah, I better say that for the missus.
There's plenty happening between races, with live bands playing, fairground rides, and of course the annual Ladies' Day parade with prizes for the best dressed. And because it is Ladies' Day, you're getting a lot of rookie punters, people who are coming to you and probably haven't even placed a bet before.
Yeah, a lot of small punters today, £1, £2, but that's fine. We like to teach them what they're doing. We explain the each way terms. We do our best. So hopefully everyone's enjoying it and they learn something.
Now, Milton, you've been gracing this racecourse for over 20 years as race day presenter. You've certainly seen an awful lot of changes here in that time.
I have seen a lot of changes, but I must say nearly all of them for the better. Over those 20 years. One thing that people forget now is that the hurdles course and the chase courses were switched round about a dozen years or so ago, and I think that was a great help. But every year you come back at Plumpton, something new has happened. And that's, I'm afraid, fairly rare amongst racecourses in Britain at the moment. But every year there's either a new restaurant or a new this or a new that, and it's just got an atmosphere, a special atmosphere. Most of the people who come here love jump racing, and they come in January and February when it's cold and it's miserable, except for the racing.
It's a really good point you make, because there is a special atmosphere here. You know, I travel around the country. I mean, it's not all race courses that can really capture and bottle that kind of feeling, is there?
You're absolutely right. You either have it or you don't, and Plumpton has it in spades.
And they're off. For the Star Sports Moore versus Goldstein Space Opera Grand National, Gary Moore, Plumpton's top trainer, on the left in the beige colours. On the right is Ray Goldstein, 11 times top jockey at Plumpton. Here's the first. Oh, Ray Goldstein's gone, and he's almost brought down Gary Moore. Gary Moore brought to a standstill, and he's resorted to violence. Meanwhile, the others are jumping off now. Here comes Hayley Moore and Kimberly Goldstein. Looking further back, the others are setting off, but it's Kimberly Goldstein in the yellow and blue. She's clear, she's jumped the last. Oh, she's now careering away. Kimberly Goldstein, she's far too good. She's 4 lengths clear from Hayley Moore. Looking back, Gary Moore and Ray Goldstein having their own private argument. Hayley Moore will be second. It's going to be close for third. Oh, Gary's formed again. Ray Goldstein's third. Gary Moore, I don't think has quite crossed the line. He just about has now. Well done all. Kimberly Goldstein was first past the post in the Star Sports Moore versus Goldstein Space Hopper Grand National in aid of racing welfare. Well done, everybody.
Well, my first ever visit to Plumpton has been a really enjoyable experience. It's been great weather, the racing's been fun as well, and you wouldn't wish to see a more friendly crowd of racegoers. This racecourse certainly knows how to look after its customers, and one thing for sure, I'll be back here as soon as possible.